Property taxes, a word that a lot of people do not like to hear. And many people are not in favor of paying property taxes. Some say it's unconstitutional. Hey, I own the land, I own the house, and you want me to pay taxes on top of that when I already own it? What if we just got rid of property taxes? Sounds great, but is it? Is it really a great idea? After all, who's going to pay for our schools and other programs that we use the money for? There are a lot of programs that are supported by property taxes. So let's dig into the solutions for eliminating property taxes. We're getting after it right now. And welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher, a local real estate agent. If this is your first time to my channel, you may consider tapping that subscribe button down below and hitting that bell notification. YouTube will send you an alert every time I release a new video. And apart from making videos, I help people buy or sell real estate. So if I can be of any assistance, I'll put my contact information on the screen. It'll also be located in the show notes. So the subject came to my mind when I saw an article that the state of Texas is looking at eliminating property taxes. I think everybody would be glad to see the property taxes disappear, but will it be a benefit? So if the state decided to get rid of property taxes, they would make up the deficit with increasing the sales tax. And the article stated that currently the sales tax in Texas is 6.25%. Potentially, to make up the money that they're collecting in Texas, you would have to raise the sales tax to 22%. That sounds like a lot of money. $100. You go to Costco and spend $100, which is very easily spent nowadays at Costco. 22% on top of that. So your bill will be $122. Is that a good deal? Or should we continue with property taxes? The state of Texas is considering a proposal to eliminate property taxes. As I was researching the topic and I noticed the thing about Texas, I was thinking, what could we do to eliminate property taxes? Is there a way we could make up that money? Maybe a partial plan, a full plan? Well, I had my own suggestion. What if we only taxed land and not buildings? For instance, you own a home. Say it's worth $600,000. Probably $100,000 of that would be the land value. $500,000 would be the value of the home. Instead of paying property tax on the whole amount, maybe we only tax the land, just the land. Now, bear with me. It's not so crazy. Might seem crazy. But there is a lot of land around the United States that is being held by very, very rich individuals. Sometimes foreign countries own this land. So by taxing the land all around the country, it would help the small person, the individual person like myself, and the companies and the individuals that hold hundreds and hundreds of thousands of acres of raw land, sometimes millions of acres of raw land. I can't even imagine what 1,000,000 acres of land even looks like. So we could tax just the land at a, bump up the rate instead of giving all these tax breaks for the land, and make up the difference by only taxing the land. Also, by taxing just the land, I think we would have more opportunity for development. We need land to develop and build more homes. Maybe some of these individuals, when the bill gets so expensive to keep paying all the taxes on land that they are not using, they would sell the land and we could then build some homes. So I looked up a list on who owns some of the large majority of the land in the United States. Very interesting. You've got the Emerson family coming in number 1 on the list at 2 1.4 million acres of land. I told you the numbers are pretty astonishing. In number 2, you've got John Malone with 2.2 million acres. Ted Turner, I think a lot of people know Ted Turner. He owns 2 million acres of land. The Kroenke family, 1.7 million acres of land. The Reed family, 1.6 million acres of land. Do these individuals need this much land? I mean, I know sometimes people like to have land to go hunting, etc., but do you need 2 million acres of land? I don't think so. I also came across on the same list some individuals that I will call up-and-coming landowners that are increasing their portfolio. Found on the list, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, 2 individuals that you probably know very well. Do these individuals need to accumulate all this land? Land? Maybe it's farmland. Do you think Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates are out there on the tractor farming the land? I don't think so. Not in my opinion. They might be. I could be totally wrong, but I doubt it. So maybe you don't like the idea of taxing just the land value. How about we just tax the rich? Seems to be the latest political button. Well, I think the downside to taxing the rich would be the extremely rich individuals. If you keep raising their tax bill, they might decide to pack up and move to another state. And after all, if they've got enormous amounts of money, they have the money to move. How about we don't charge property taxes for senior citizens? Well, I guess the downside to that particular idea would be that everybody else would have to make up the difference. So my bill would go up, everybody else's bill would go up. And I think it also hurts first-time home buyers. They're struggling to get into a home to make the payments, and they find out, oh, their property tax bill just went up and just went up. It might eliminate them from being able to purchase a home or even qualifying for a home. And then we have communities where there's a lot of retirees. Places like Arizona and Florida come to mind. If we don't tax the senior citizens, how will those states make up the difference? Something to consider. I also did a real quick Google search and noticed that there is a state where they do not charge property taxes for seniors, the state of Alabama. So I thought of another idea. How about we just create a lottery that would go to paying property taxes, or it would pay the services that property taxes provide at the current moment. So we could have a lottery on top of the current lotteries that we have to pay that bill. That is one option. With so many lotteries out there, though, you would have the Powerball, the Mega Millions, and all these other lotteries, and you add one more lottery. You know, people are probably going to spend their money just on one particular lottery when, you know, the other lottery might lose a little bit of money. And how about in the state of Utah? It might be a solution for the state of Utah where I live, because currently we have no lottery. Yes, no lottery at all. No Powerball, no Mega Millions, no scratch-off tickets, no lottery. We have to drive to Wyoming or to Idaho to purchase a lottery ticket. If we introduce the lottery here and dedicate it towards property taxes, I think our bill could possibly go down to a very, very low number. So in conclusion, that's some of my ideas. I'd love to know in the comments down below, what are your ideas for making up the difference if we eliminated property taxes? Do you like my idea, my suggestion that we only tax the land? Or am I totally crazy with that idea? Is there other disadvantages to doing that? Love to know in the comments down below. Until the next video, take care and stay safe.